Hi, I'm Junior Tebow. I'm coming to you on a kind of a sad note tonight. I just learned of the passing away of legendary voice actor John Erwin. Now, you may say that name and you may not quite understand who John Erwin was, but if you grew up in the 80s and you were a kid like me, you knew exactly who John Erwin was, not necessarily his name, but you knew his voice. He was actually the voice of the title characters Prince Adam and his alter ego He-Man and the Masters of the Universe in the actual TV show, cartoon show by Filmation of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Now, you could not go anywhere in the 80s and not know who He-Man was, especially if you were a kid like me at that time. You were obsessed with He-Man. You were obsessed with a lot of things that was He-Man related. And you just was there was nothing synonymous more than, especially in animation, than He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. So on a sad note, he did pass away on December 20th, 2024, but it just released today that on January, while I'm doing this, January 31st, 2025, that he did pass away last month. So I wanted to come on here and just do like a little tribute video because we all, if you grew up in the 80s, you knew who this man was. And you, even just he had such a iconic voice that you already, just the way he would talk, you would almost synonymously, think of He-Man or think of Prince Adam. But he also did a lot of other roles also. He had on-screen acting credits. He had more voice acting. He did, like I said, Mars the Cat. But he will always be, in my mind, synonymous with He-Man. And let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with that because there was one hell of a show in the 80s. You could not get away from it. So if you actually know who John Erwin is, or maybe you remember the voice of He-Man from the 80s TV show, just go ahead and comment, RIP, or, sadly, we don't really understand this type of stuff until people pass away that, oh my God. And I think now, it makes me want to go watch old He-Man episodes. I know they got some on YouTube. So you know what? I think I'll have me a tribute night and watch some He-Man and just thank God that we had, credible voice actors like John Erwin and Alan Oppenheimer who played Skeletor. But I want to say RIP to John Erwin. You will never be forgotten. You'll always be He-Man to all of us. Junior Tebow.